Hey Aries, how are you? How you doing, my friends? I hope you had a good birthday, and we're going to have a little look. Now it's a very sort of ongoing, very foot forward energy is Aries. You know that. You're very forceful, can be very assertive. And of course it does depend on where your Mars is happening in your chart for a lot of people, well, for everyone. But Aries Sun, solarized to Aries, powerful energies. Wow, that wants to come out. Let's see what we've got, people. Three of Swords, very interesting, right? And the reason I say that is because we are actually going to experience on the 5th of May. Wow, these cards are alive. These are very Aries world completion. Okay, Pisces. So let's have a little look because, whoa, gosh, guys, this is cuckoo. These cards are absolutely alive this evening. Very Aries, but I'll tell you something, Aries, you're going to have to go deep this month. We've got this eclipse happening. It's happening in your 8th house. It's a full moon eclipse. It's in Scorpio. Okay, now, if you've got a Scorpio moon, for instance, you're really going to feel this too. But you, Aries, is in the 8th house, and let's not forget the Mars energy for you. Mars is the lower octave of the 8th house. Pluto and Mars are joint rulers of the 8th house. So you're going to go deep. You're going to go deep. So instead of rushing around and doing all of this and doing all of that and doing this for these people, families and all the rest of it, it's a case of like going deep. What is it that we really, really want now? Where do we want to be? Who do we want to be with? What do we need to take care of? And that's all well and good. But I'm going to tell you, with this energy happening in the 8th house for you, there are certain things that are going to be completely out of your control, that are going to come up from the deep. We are going to have to address them. And it is a very karmic time, okay, for all of us. But for you, Aries, definitely so. Got the South Node up there in Scorpio too. And, it's all happening in the 8th. And I'm going to tell you, what is it that we need to do? Wow, that says everything for me. The Ace of Swords, guys. So what is it that we really need to do to make things right, or to put things right? Okay, now, as I said, it is a very karmic energy of Scorpio. It takes us deep. Sometimes we don't like it. It is a psychological house of the 12 signs. I also see him as the bullshit detector, and it may well be, guys, that we've got things that are coming from the deep that we've got to address, things that we'd forgotten about or we didn't really want to face, so we pushed them away. But this is definitely saying that we're going to address them, okay? And sometimes, as I said, things are out of your control, Aries. And although you always want to be, at the front of the queue, you're always first one out of the block, you know what I mean? You're round that track before everybody else because you're very assertive and energetic. Bottom line is, hang on, because we've got to do some deep thinking here. So, wow. Wow. Yeah. 7 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, guys. Now, the Justice card did come reversed. I'm sure you saw that, so I turned it the right way up. But this is reversed energy, so I'm going to put it there. Right, okay, let's have a look here. So this 3 of Swords does talk about a degree of division. Sword energy, of course, is mental energy. And we are dealing with a fixed water sign with Scorpio, and it's fixed. But as I said, is the psychologist of the 12 signs, so it is going to be deep. A need for instinctive action rather than gung-ho action here, guys. And also I wanted to talk about this sword as being sort of reflection, because that's very Scorpionic. It does talk about that deep karmic stuff. It can talk about childhood, stuff that we're working out. It can also be partner who's got an issue, you know, partner, either way you're dealing with that for them as well, possibly as well this month. So, you know, if there are others around you that are struggling at the moment psychologically, or just dealing with their past, you know, that have woken up, that have really seen, dare I say it, the error of their ways. You know, if it's someone that's been following a particular destructive path, or if you yourself have been following a fairly destructive path, it is time now, Aries, for you to sort of get inside there and work it out. So World card, great energy, world energy, but it is about completion. All right. So what is it inside you, Aries, that we need to address, right? And how can I put this to you? It's like I said, you know, you've always wanted to be in the driver's seat. Well, this time I feel that there could be things that are coming up that you alone cannot handle, right? And we have to sort of maybe talk a little bit to other people about this. Four of Cup energy, I like it. I like this Four of Cup. It does talk to me about a degree of unity, just the four. I like it. But then again, it can also talk about where we're looking back in time a little bit. It's not as heavy as a 7, but it is there. So again, what do we need to change? Do we need to change our way of thinking? You know, our action from this point on with this Ace of Swords. Pentacle can talk about money. Justice energy, obviously it's Libra, and it's a Venus ruled energy, Libra anyway, and we have got Jupiter moving into Taurus, again Taurian, but this is Libra. It is coming in a reverse situation. Is there something that we've forgotten? Don't like to upset anybody here, but you know, 8th house energy can talk about tax, money, and something coming forward at this point, something that we missed or we haven't addressed. Justice energy, of course. It can talk about legal documentation, and can also talk about certification if we are looking to acquire legal papers, anything that's contractual that we may have missed out on. We need to address it. So Priestess energy, it's important that we be as upfront and honest about something, I feel, and certainly with ourselves. I think that's something that Aries is going to be dealing with as well. You know, come on, what has, this is darkest hour before the dawn, so having to go inside, it's not easy. Losing a wee bit of balance here while we do that. Aries, you know, I'm not saying that you're not deep thinkers, you are. I mean, you're very, very deep thinking, but this energy is going to prompt that in you. Okay, so whereas you've gung-hoed and you've got out there and you've done it, this time we're being held back. Okay, and we're asked to go inside, apply this Priestess energy, recognize that, yeah, it's hard work, it's swords. Oh gosh, don't really want to go there, don't want to deal with my childhood, don't want to deal with the mistakes that I made, don't want to deal with the lover having a fault or whatever, you know, or was it my fault? You know, whatever this is, we're going to have to deal with it. And if it is legal, it could come from the depths, something that we've forgotten and we haven't addressed, and it is going to need to be addressed. And like I said, whether it's you yourself, whether it's your partner, whatever's going on there, at the end of the day, this is what this is about. So again, 7 of Cups, let's not be delusional. 5 of Wands is very interesting. Nothing lasts forever. So even though there may be a degree of conflict, I do feel that we can sort of keep the marauding hordes at bay. 6 of Wands is perfect. You are going to win this. You know, we've got to work it out. And the 3 of Pentacles, for me, I like it. It's a karmic gift in a way. And it is a very karmic time. And I think that many of us are sort of, how can I put this? You know, we are going back. We are sort of thinking very carefully about where we go from this point. You know, dare I say it, how do we address people wrongs, you know, if we've wronged someone and we acknowledge that we have done that, or if we haven't been so fair, if they've not been fair for us, I mean, whatever's happening in their chart, the opposite chart, whatever. But either way, this is telling me it's a karmic time. So it's like, sort out your stuff and recognize that some of this stuff you're not going to be able to control. So sometimes you just got to sit back, work with the priestess energy, work it out. 10 of Swords, we're almost there. We've got the Ace above, right? So we know we've got to start somewhere. We've got it. 7 of Cups, let's not be delusional, right? It's emotional, sure it is. But again, yeah, there's a little bit of a battle going on there. But we are going to be okay. We are going to succeed. We are going to bring it through. And there is this nice energy of we get what we receive in more ways than one, I feel. All right. So, yeah, there are things that need to be addressed. If you've been hiding it away, well, you can hide it away for decades, can't we? Whether or not that be, you know, situations with abuse, childhood problems, lovers, all the rest of it. We're definitely going to be working this out. It's not going to be the easiest jaunt, but it's good. And don't forget that Jupiter is going to sort of magnify things a little bit. So just hang on to your hat. You know, just don't get too carried away with this Scorpio energy. As I said, it's very psychological. So don't give yourself such a hard time. It is going to work itself out. But yeah, it's going to be a few things crawling out the cupboard. And not all of them are within your control areas. And so long as you understand that and you sort of let go and let God, as I said before, then you're going to be fine. Okay, thanks Aries, take care, lots of love, bye now.